Hello, sewing people of the internet. This is going to be a relatively quick video. I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but I thought I'd take the opportunity to share something that I'm trying kind of for the first time that maybe you might incorporate into your sewing, or maybe something you already do and you can tell me how to do it better. So the quick story is I am trying to make a running vest, a water carrying vest, to carry these soft flasks when I run exceptionally long runs. Since I've never made anything like this, I need to be able to, test how the pattern is working out, see how the bottles ride and stuff before I commit to actually putting it all together. Some of the materials I'm using are very expensive and I don't want to make too many mistakes as I go. So in order to test this pattern, I'm hand stitch basting the pieces together and these pockets on so I can try it without having to worry about poking myself with pins or clips falling out while I'm putting it on and taking it off and stuff. So I'll show you how I'm doing that. This is probably a good time to remind you that in a few weeks I'm going to be running my first 50-mile ultra marathon, and as part of that I'm raising money for the Cancer Center of the Florida Keys. If you haven't already made a donation, and thank you to all of you who have, and if you're able to, the clock is ticking, so there's a link in the description. If you're able to make a donation, any donation you're able to make would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So I'm just using a hand sewing needle that came out of a kit that came with a vintage sewing machine I recently got. And I'm also using some of the thread that came with that machine. I mentioned in that video I usually throw all this thread away because it could be deteriorated and I wouldn't want to use it in a long-term project. But for temporarily basting stuff, that's really not a bad use for this, so I'm using that. I've already basted the inside and outside pieces of this vest together, and I'm now basting the pockets on. I've already done this side. This is a really expensive Dyneema pocket mesh of some sort. I'll put a link to Ripstop by the Roll where I got it, and you can check out their products. So I'll quickly show you how I do this with this other bottle pocket. Again, this is not something I've done a lot of, so there's probably better ways to do it, but this is working. I ran the thread through the eye of the needle and then tied the two ends together. So I'm getting two strands of thread as I pass through with the needle. I'll position the pocket where I want it. And for the first stitch, I'll go through and then I'll just pass the needle behind one of the strands a couple of times to make a simple knot. I'm not looking for this to be a permanent stitch, but I do want it to stay together while I put the vest on and take it back off and put bottles in it and stuff. And then to baste the panel, I'm just going in and out, making pretty long stitches. Using long stitch length will make the stitches easier to remove later, and it also makes the process go quite a bit faster. Then when I get to the top of this pocket, I'll just do another short stitch, and then I'll pass the needle through the loop that's made by that last stitch. And that should be enough to secure it in place for basting. Now I just have to do the same thing up this edge, and then I can put the other pocket on and continue test fitting this garment. So maybe hand basting something is a useful skill for you to incorporate into your sewing. Again, I don't use it a lot in backpack construction and things like that, but I could definitely see some cases where it might be helpful to do that, and I might try incorporating into future projects. I hope you found that helpful. If you have tips for how to do it better, make sure you post them in the comment section below. Also, if you have questions or other comments, you can post them there. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And if you like this video, make sure you click like. Thanks for watching. See you next time.